And thanks a lot. This morning on Today's Kitchen, Julie Negrin is the Director of Culinary Arts at the Jewish Community Center in Manhattan. Julie, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, we stopped by the JCC in Manhattan, where Culinary Director Julie Negrin has some light, healthy options.
Hi, my name is Julie Negrin of My Kitchen Nutrition. I'm a cooking teacher and a nutritionist, and I love teaching people how healthy meals are easy to make and tasty too.
I work with the kids. That's really the crux of what I do. My cookbook is Easy Meals to Cook with Kids. I like writing, but I don't love writing. What I love to do is I love to teach. Is my number one thing. I love public speaking.
However we get our food, whether it's box, takeout, delivery, restaurant, anything else, we can't be certain of what's inside of it. And the only way we can be certain of what we're feeding ourselves and our family is if we prepare it ourselves. And that's why I always, as a nutritionist, always come back to cooking. If it was not nourished while it was being grown or raised, then it's not necessarily going to be very good at nourishing us.
Well, I've been working on issues regarding education and nutrition and food with kids and teenagers for about 15 years. And I really think that kids and the teens are the way that we're going to end up fixing the problems that we have going on. We have a lot of kids that need a lot of help. But the younger you are, the more resilient the body is, the younger the organism, the more likely it will regenerate and heal. And that's why I think it's so important we get to the kids while they're young. I think that ability for them to realize that with their own very hands they can transform a meal that they think isn't going to taste good, and this silly thought that they're not going to like vegetables, into something they not only will eat, but they actually will enjoy. That awareness will hopefully move to action, and then action will move to advocacy work, and advocacy work will hopefully move to changing things for the better.
The reason why I cook with kids is because to them it's a fun activity.
Dijon. Can I ever say Dijon? Dijon. The beauty of the mustard is it helps do something called emulsify. Everybody say emulsify. Emulsify.
It's teaching them an actual skill. They love hands-on. They love anything that's tangible. It's eating their own art project. So for them, it's not necessarily learning about nutrition in kind of this black and white, stark, scientific terms.
Roll it into a ball, okay? Then you're gonna take your thumb, you make a little hole. We're gonna put a little bit of cheese and a little bit of beans in the little hole.
Actually discussing why they should be eating more plant foods while they're cutting up their vegetables and putting them in their mouths and tasting it and absorbing all the flavors and figuring out what they like and what they don't like. That is a huge imprint on a young mind and a young palate. And I think that my goal is to improve their palates and make them more sophisticated to the point that they don't really see junk food as food anymore. I want kids to feel like they have the power to feed themselves. And I feel like so much of what we're doing now is giving them pre-made foods and kiddie foods and packaged, with cartoons on the front or chicken nuggets and cute little shapes, instead of giving them the opportunity to actually create their own food. There's just been this widespread belief that's really prominent right now that kids won't eat healthy foods, and it's been my passion and hope that we can change that perception. And I think cooking with them and getting them in the kitchen and turning them into chefs and getting them to think about where their food comes from and improving their palates makes all the difference.